Okay, so this video is about kind of like me getting over the fear of not wanting to share my ideas and that kind of sentiment. When I was in my teens and early 20s, I was one of those boys who was taught that I didn't have feelings and who learned that my feelings were never important. And if I honored them, I was, a pussy and I wasn't a man and all that kind of stuff. I know a lot of males grew up with this teaching. So it wasn't until my mid 20s that I really learned that I had feelings and that it was like undeniably so that I had feelings, meaning I learned that feelings are physical chemicals in our bodies. So I can pretend I don't have feelings and I can behave and try to act like I don't, but I couldn't deny that it was a physical thing. That wasn't until my 30s, by the way. But in my 20s, I was watching myself behave a certain way that suggested that I didn't respect other people's feelings. I would brush their feelings aside. I wouldn't honor them. And it was because I was telling myself, like, well, that's just like how it is. I would I would watch I would watch my girlfriend at the time cry. And I would just think, well, that's how life is. Like this is come to an intersection where you're going to have to deal with that emotion and that experience on your own because it was the only thing that I knew. It was all I as a person knew. And I thought I was just doing the best thing because that's what I had experienced and that's what I had learned. And as I continued to learn about how my emotions were actually real and how they were impacting other people, I would face them and I would address them and I would do my best to you know become someone that I was proud to be. And I have a daughter now. I'm raising a daughter. I want to set the best example that I possibly can for her, not only like in respecting and honoring her emotions and her experiences in ways that a lot of us in my age group and older didn't, a lot of people still don't have today, but also so that I can set an example for her about how I manage my emotions and regulate myself so that she has a real example of it. And that all tied into like your physical body because of the chemicals in your body, your mindset, why are you doing what you're doing, who's making the decisions in this system called your body. Is it your awareness or your consciousness or your some kind of spiritual thing? Like it all ties together, right? Like you can't only talk about emotions without even talking about, by the way, the past and your conditioning and your environments and the experiences that stored memories in your body, and why your brain secretes the chemicals that it does when you have the feelings that you do, because somebody taught you those things. Somebody taught you everything from like love to fear and what to be afraid of and what to trust and who and what to have faith in, and whether they're doing it intentionally or if you learned by osmosis and your subconscious just got like programmed, you learned somehow. So the emotional piece is hardly something that you can address in isolation. You have to kind of acknowledge all these different parts of yourself and of the self. And I think I've been doing that. Like I listen to podcasts and read different books, and I like push myself to like figure out how to function the best that I possibly can for various reasons, but largely driven and motivated by my daughter. And that's why this morning I went to my notebook and I wrote down this idea of how to be human 101. Like maybe that's something I can talk about in a video one day. And I'm not trying to talk about it right now. I'm trying to talk about having the idea right now. But I wrote this down, not like this. I wrote this for the video and for the thumbnail. Pause for thumbnail. Um, but I sketched out this idea because that's what I do now. I just like, if I have an idea, I write it in my book. And then I thought, like, who am I to talk about that? You know, where do I get the gall? How do I have the audacity to talk to other people about what it means to be a human being? Who am I to say? right? And the only reason I wrote this down was because I've been kind of looking at this for a long time, and what I just talked about with like emotions and your body and your mind and your spiritual something self, it's because I've enjoyed exploring these things, and I developed what I call the five realms of humanity. Your physical self, got to get better at pointing in the mirror. Physical self, your spiritual self, your emotional self, your mental self, your energetic self. That was pretty good pointing. Like to me, as I've tried to study and learn about myself, those are kind of like the five things that I've kind of keyed in on. Like those things all mishmash together somehow, and I get me, like my human self. And I think, there's like a spiritual component of me. There's some kind of awareness or consciousness that's kind of driving the whole thing and travels in the dreams and hears the thoughts and analyzes the emotions and the patterns and blah, blah, blah. Like, but undeniably, all those things together make up me as a human being. Zaki. He has a name. His name is Zaki. So why shouldn't I talk about it? You know, maybe somebody could learn something from it. And beyond that, I just really enjoy it. I really care about it. It matters a lot to me. It's something that I intend to continue to pursue and to learn about. Why shouldn't I share what I've learned so far? Why don't I have faith that it will help more people than it will harm? Well, that's the fear. That's the conditioning from the past. Those are the memories stored in the body that were conditioned to be there by the experiences that this human being had chronologically before now. That's it. It's not true. I don't know that if I talked about this, it would hurt more people or bring more negativity than it would positivity. It's up for me and my, you know, mental to decide. And it's, the spiritual kind of comes in here too. What are you going to have faith in? Do you have more faith that it will help people and bring more positivity to the world? Or are you afraid that it's going to bring more negativity, whether to me or to others around me, to my mission, to help me achieve my goals? And no matter what, it's up to me to choose. There's only right now. I only have my right now. Like the future is all projections and forecasting. The past is all memories and leftovers, snippets. It's not even the whole story, the past, but it's not real. The only thing that's real is right now, me recording this. It's not even me like actually doing the fucking thing, like doing the actual talk about the how to be a human 101. It's about, I'm only talking about the idea of talking about it. I'm talking about the notion of sharing your ideas online and the fear associated with doing so. But the only thing that's really actually real is me doing this. So I have to decide, am I going to invest myself and believe and have faith and lean into this and share it wholeheartedly, believing that it's going to have positive outcomes and having faith in that? Or am I going to fall to fear and worry and think negatively, that it's going to bring more negativity to me and the people around me or my environment? And I say, as me, I can contextualize because I know that it's just memory stored in my physical body. My emotional self has interacted with this physical body. It's impacted my mindset because of how energy flowed through my body in the past. But I can trust my driver, my spiritual, my thing that actually knows abundance, the spiritual self, and say, like, look, calm down, okay? Calm down. I know you're afraid. I know you're insecure. I know this is scary. And your emotions are telling you that it's scary. Don't do it. But If we have the right mindset and we trust and have faith, we can do it. And it's, contextualizing. So share your ideas. Okay. By the way, I did a slightly longer version of this that I posted right before this. So I won't go entirely down the same tracks that I did in that video. You can watch it for a little bit more detail. It's kind of similar. This is just, I tried to do an abbreviated one here, but I think sharing ideas is, such a human thing. Connecting with other human beings is going to be so critically important in the next era of life as well. So that's why I'm trying to do it. By the way, that's why I'm pushing myself to do this kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, humans.